I am the Father.
Just to get the Cowboys two good games to hopefully understand that they need to go receiver and go high with this next pick.
Yeah, yeah, that's really what this is gonna be about.
All right, you're looking live at Father and Son Cowboys and Sports Talks. I'm the host, DJ I Tell You What, aka Jules, and I'm joined with my dad, my co-host, Cowboy Joe, and we're back with another one. You want to say what's up to the people?
What's up, people? We're going to talk about the historic Thanksgiving win from yesterday. Just a great win. I know you was excited, so just kind of give your thoughts about the game and how it all went down. I mean, we watched it. I mean, it was a pretty big game just to catch it all, take it all in.
Yeah. I feel like it was a really good game. I mean, you know, this team. I mean, after the trade, and we got our defense situated. It just pretty much seems like that. This is a continuation of 2023. That's what it seems like to me. The offense as just a continuation of 2023 with Shoddy and Dak and CD playing and having a great offensive scheme, and then on top of that, they added two All Pros or two players that are having All Pro years, which in George Pickens and then also Javonte Williams. So I mean, to me, it just seems like this is just a car for the par for the course. I mean, this is the type of football that we expect them to be playing, and anything less would be just wouldn't be right because we know what their potential is. Um, this is how they were playing in 2023. They're even better now. And then with the defense, this is what happens when Jerry Jones and company does what the rest of the NFL does. When you go out and you use draft picks to get high assets, when you get busy at the trade deadline, and you don't go to the bottom of the barrel for free agents, you actually swing for the fences and figure out how to make it all work up under the cap like every other team does, like the Rams do, like the Eagles do, like the Ravens do, like the rest of the teams do. This is the results that you get. I was watching Jerry yesterday just to see how his temperament after the game, and he just looked shocked as if he didn't know what to say. It was like rare that we see him to where he doesn't know. He has gotten so used to making excuses for his team, and that when they're just playing great, he really doesn't know what to say. Besides, I mean, this is just great. I mean, it's just these teams are just. I mean, what can you say? Because he's done something by force that he hasn't done, on a regular basis in the last 30 years. He's never. I can't remember a season when the Cowboys traded a first or a second round pick before the draft and got a player like George Pickens. I can't remember where they did that. And in the same year, they had they got a running back like Javonte Williams off the street, and he came in and performed like an all pro level. Like that's scouting that's scouting. Like when you say, hey, I'm gonna push all my marbles in on this guy, and I think he's gonna do good. Now, and I don't remember a season where at the trade deadline we say, this team desperately needs help on defense. Let's go get the best defensive tackle in the NFL, or one of them, or one of the top three defensive tackles in the NFL. I don't remember a season where the Cowboys said, well, we have been missing defensive tackles for the last 10, 20 years. We need to stop the run. I can't remember when they said, okay, well, we're going to trade Michael Parsons, but we're going to bring in Kenny Clark. We're going to sign Osa, and then we're going to go get Quentin Williams. I don't remember a season where that happened. I don't remember a season where they said, okay, we're performing terrible at the linebacker spot. All right, we got Overshawn coming back. We're going to push him to come back, and then let's go get Logan Wilson, someone who is better than everyone that we have. I don't remember them doing nothing like that. And this is the results. This is what you see. This is the results when you do just normal NFL things that other teams do. This is what happens. And so, you know, everything, you said that we were going to be a second half team that's coming to fruition. All of the people that, the narrative that the Cowboys can't beat playoff teams and they can't beat teams that's over 500 and they can't beat good teams. They pretty much dispel that narrative. I mean, they just beat both of the Super Bowl teams. So we got another one coming in here in Detroit next week, and what we're going to see now is, and what I'm excited about seeing now is, this team is going to have confidence now. This team is going to go into Detroit with confidence. They're going to go into Detroit telling themselves, we're going to beat Detroit. Just like we drugged the Philadelphia Eagles and just like we slugged it out with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs and and Spagnuolo and
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid, the best of the best. If Shotty and Dak can withstand those coaches and that quarterback, they can do anything. There is no excuse. So that's where I'm at with it.
So we gotta kind of figure out this whole playoff picture. It's a lot of mixed messages out there. Some people are saying if what's up, the lunatic and JVB boy. Appreciate you guys joining us. But yeah, so this whole playoff thing, we probably got to spend a few days just trying to figure this whole thing out. I'm pretty sure if we win out, we'll make it. So I'm gonna take you back in the day. This is a Cowboy OG story. So in the '92 season, our second year with the Super Bowl run with Jimmy, we lost a couple of games during the season, and the 49ers got ahead of us. We was always battling with them for the home field, and they had home field advantage. And then with 5 games left, the 49ers got upset by Deion Sanders and the Falcons. So what that meant was we would have home field advantage, but the catch was we had to win 5 in a row. That was the catch to get home field. And so they just say, hey, we gotta win out. And they won out. Their very last game they won was a New York game where Emmett hurt his shoulder. So that team had to play 5 games and win them all. So this team right here, we can do it. Detroit, you're gonna take them one at a time. But with the Eagles losing, I got a funny feeling that it's gonna go down to the last week because they're not playing good football. Their defensive line is extremely overrated. Those guys, them guys from Georgia, they got some quit in them.
Yeah.
If you get to running the ball on them, they got their rings. They'll lose some games. Just you heard it here first.
What I like to do is, and I don't, I like to do it. It just became a habit. So what I do is, I watch. When we're playing different teams, what I like to do is I like to watch their pregame show and their postgame show just to watch it. I like to watch it the week before and the week after. So like, especially the Eagles, but I did it with the Chiefs. I do it with every team. So I was just watching the Eagles postgame show. I mean, woo, man. The stuff that they saying and how they they just have a
what they're showing you, and I'm not to cut you off, what you are witnessing is why Jason Garrett wouldn't have lasted 10 years here. I mean, wouldn't have lasted 10 years in Philadelphia. He wouldn't have made it.
Oh yeah, they Nick Sirianni, they act like they calling for his head like right now.
Well, they fired Doug Peterson after he won a Super Bowl. He didn't make it to his 4th year.
Right. And see, I love listening to for sure. The lunatic. Nah, this ain't the first time they did that. Well, I was just listening to their post game show, and one of their main broadcasters, he was just like, he sees this team, if they make it to the playoffs, they'll be the 5th or 6th seed, and he sees that they will lose in the first round. And they talking about us a lot. Like everybody, every one of their commentators, every time they always mention us. Like they talking about how they all think that the Cowboys are a much better team than the Eagles. They all think that that the Philadelphia Eagles are lucky that we don't have to play them twice in the end of the season. And they also think that it's a very high probability that we will win out and win the division. That's what they think. They
So
think
their hardest game that you looked at earlier was Buffalo, the Chargers.
yeah,
Do they play the Commanders twice?
play the Commanders twice.
It's gonna be hard to beat the Commanders
They
twice.
got the Chargers next Monday night.
Is it in LA?
It's in LA.
Oh man. So obviously, going back to us, we got to take care of our business. We got to win our game now. You know, we can't put the cart before the horse. But let's go back to yesterday's game. On the offensive side, man. First of all, let me give my boy. What happened to my video? Virtual background down. You can still hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I ain't got my green screen on anyway. It's just white now.
Yeah, I don't see you at all. But go ahead.
Yeah, but let me refresh this. I was finna talk about Turpin. Why I refresh that? Talk about how Turpin saved the game.
Oh man, and I be tired. I be so down on Turpin because I be like, man, he just does not need to be getting the ball out the backfield, and he do not need to be catching the ball on no slant. He be having me nervous on punt and kickoff returns. He be having me nervous. So I
He getting healthy. He did
yeah.
have some better plays yesterday, and that fumble that won the game. The
Oh yeah,
recovery.
for sure he did. And
So I think
not only that, he had a crucial play, and when he went for like 30 yards,
yeah,
when he caught the ball out the backfield, that
yeah.
was crucial because that was crucial. That right there was crucial.
And then Ryan Flanoy had a huge catch. So we're gonna start with the little fish and go to the big fish. So Ryan Flanoy, man, that rollout that Dak had, just a big time throw, big time catch. I'm impressed with Flanoy.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Flanor too. It's just like, man, Flanor is one of those receivers that you have to have on your team to win games. You know,
Hmm.
we thought that was going to be Jalen Tolbert, but it's not. It's Flanor. As far as I'm concerned, I don't need to see Tolbert them no more. I want Flanor, and then I want after Flanor, I want Holden. That's who I want.
So Flanoy, Tober was active yesterday. What's his name was inactive. What's his name? I'm losing my train of thought. The receiver from the Carolina that we traded for, Mingo.
Mingo, yeah.
Mingo was inactive. And then let's give a shout out to our boy Malik Davis. Come on now.
Can we just please keep him on the roster, and can we just put him in the game? Can we put him in the gameplay to where it's not just like, oh, he's only coming in to spell Javante. Let's actually give him some plays, and like, let's just say this time we're gonna do Malik Davis, or this time we're gonna let Malik Davis get the rock because he shows you while he deserves to be on the roster. And it's not like he doesn't do these things every time he gets the ball. He does this when he gets the ball. There is no negative plays with him. He did this in the preseason.
So it sounds like he got a little something going on with his personality, whatever the case may be. That story you told me yesterday, I thought that was kind of wild. But that just shows you how these guys get frustrated because they know they're not they're not being done fair. So it's kind of, it kind of shows up. So he probably gotta do a little bit more he needs to be around more professional guys. There's guys that's kind of put him to the side and just say, hey man, this is I know you want to play, I know you want to do your thing, but there's a process to it. But hopefully after yesterday, he's gonna be needed because Javante, the fresher we can keep him, the better he's gonna be.
Yeah, and so basically the story that I told was that so what ended up happening with Malik Davis is he was getting into it with the coaching staff when Mike McCarthy was here, and so when Mike McCarthy was here, they wasn't really doing right by him. He would play, and they were telling him that he was gonna play, and then make a game day decision that he wasn't, and he would do good in the game, and then they would not give him the ball, and so they kind of dismissed him from the team. And then the next year, Mike McCarthy wasn't here. He wasn't a part of the team. And so they kind of just called him last minute this year too. It was like very last minute, like let's just give him a shot. And he overperformed like he always do. But they always were trying to bring him to the games, even though he wasn't on the active roster. And when they was trying to bring him to the games, when he was on the when he wasn't on the active roster, he was saying to them that he does not want to participate. He don't want to get on the plane, and he don't want to go if he's not on the active roster. So that's just not how it goes. It just goes if you're on the team, even if you're on the practice squad, you're a reserve player. You have to go because anything can happen. When they land, if what happens if they land and one of the players, get in a freak accident at the hotel or catch the flu or can't play or something like that, they have to
Well,
call
it actually happened here. Now they wasn't on a road game; they was playing at home. And
Yeah.
he was told right before the game that he was going to be active, but
Right. But they were constantly doing that with him, and he
yeah,
was just like, I'm not with that. Either I'm playing or I'm not. And remember what we had to happen last year with Rico, when Rico was
yep.
on the plane, and then he got out the plane and they told him that he wasn't playing. So it'd be situations like that be happening. And Malik
And
Davis is
that's why Rico didn't sign with us, back with us.
correct, because they were doing politics, and and these things, so these players is not like it used to be. These players, they actually stand for something now. They actually kind of have their own mojo. They kind of have they thing to where they men at the end of the day. They don't want to be dragged around. So but shout out to Malik Davis. He got in,
Yeah,
he got his spot, and and I'm a Malik Davis fan, and so I think he deserves to play. I think he needs to stay. I think he is the answer. He is the 1-2 punch that we've been looking for.
yeah.
He's a change of pace back. He came in that game. He broke that touchdown open. We hadn't seen this year that many players where a player take it 40, 50 yards for a touchdown. So
And he kind of had a little bit of a jump cut, so it was some skill there. And so yeah, he's straight when he gets the ball, he's going straight downhill. Shout out to Todd Church, JVB boy. Appreciate you guys joining the Lunatic. Appreciate you guys. So let's go to some bigger fish. Uh, the 88. I can't. I'm off screen at the moment. I normally have my 88 up there, but let's start with 88. Like what's up here? Like just came back and just like wow.
I mean, this dude is just, he's a, see, that's why we said, like I said, I said this. Ain't nobody worried about CD. I'm not. CD's gonna have these type of games to where he had these drops. I keep telling everybody, this is the narrative. All the receivers that lead the league in receptions, they all lead the league in drops. Every year it's the same four. CD have 9 drops, and so do Jamar Chase, or so do Justin Jefferson. It's not a big deal because they get targeted way more than anybody else. So
Michael Irvin would have him too back in the day.
well, that doesn't mean that he's not an all-pro player or he's not the best player at his position. You
Yeah.
see, yesterday they literally said that they were going to take George Pickens out the game, and they did that to their detriment. That's what happened. Instead of them focusing on playing a balanced defense, they literally tried to put somebody over the top on George Pickens. And every single time they did that, Dak threw it to CD, and he was killing Trey McDuffie the whole game. And so what's going to happen is these cornerbacks, it's just not much you can do against some of these receivers like CD and Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. There ain't really much you can do. You just gonna have to grab them and get away with it, or you're gonna have to play perfect. It's a few corners in the league that can guard them, and those corners, we know who they are. They're Patrick Surtain, and you normally I would say Trent McDuffie. They're Patrick Surtain, Trent McDuffie, and it's a couple more that we know that they are good. They are just as good as the receivers, but Trent McDuffie, he
Now,
just got school yesterday.
if they had been at Arrowhead, McDuffie's getting all of the breaks.
Yeah.
But you're in our gym, so that's normally what goes. And then, man, your guy, I'm calling him the Amazing Spider-Man. Did you see that text I sent you and your uncle? So that picture of him jumping over that dude, that is the Amazing Spider-Man. The shot that they always use for Spider-Man. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That's the shot. I mean,
It is.
are you able to pull that up and show? I should have told you to prep with that. But him, that shot going over that guy's head, he basically looks like the Amazing Spider-Man from
You
back in the
know,
day.
at this time, at this point in time, like Jerry, you have to sell out. If you got to sign,
Mhm.
if you got to give him $40 million, you just give him $40 million.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to keep it even with CD or a little less than CD. So at this point, it's just gonna come down to what Pickens' agent, how they want to handle this. But yeah, you got to get him signed. So two things about the Cowboys that we're past it. It's a wrap. One is Stephen Jones can't play this salary cap game with our fans anymore. You've done it for 30 years. It's not going to work. We're not having it. We're smart enough now. Don't even try it. Number two, Jerry Jones, don't try to play this game saying you can't have two number one receivers and pay them. It's over. You're done. It's a wrap. So just face the music or sell the team.
Yeah, that simple. Nothing else to be said about that. Face the music or sell the team. There is no reason why you can do. Like I said, see, one thing that I don't like about the Cowboys, it's like, to me. Well, I won't say about the Cowboys. To me, Jerry Jones, he expects his team to do bad because he makes moves that, if these moves go well, you can't sustain them the way you do
Mhm.
business. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, building through the draft. Well, if you build through the draft, let's just say you build through the draft and you pick seven draft picks and all of them all go all pro. Well, then how are you going to pay all of these all pro players that you picked? So it's just like, or how are you going to trade for somebody on a contract year, not negotiate with them for an extension before you sign them, and then when it's time to, then they perform well, and when it's time to pay them, you act like you got something going on. You can't do
Now
that because, like, look at Kenny Clark
they can
and
sign
Quentin Williams.
they can sign Kenny Clark and Quentin Williams too.
Kenny Clark, you see, like, when you signed Osa and when you brought in Kenny Clark, okay, that was okay. But when you added Quentin Williams, now Kenny Clark is going to play better, and now Osa is going to play better because it's like
And
the Micah effect. You got Micah on the side, he's rushing the passer. The corners are playing great because they don't have to cover their guys. So when you got Quentin Williams now, you got Kenny Clark next to him. These guys, you have to double Quentin Williams, or the guy's going to get beat. So when you do that, Kenny Clark can shine. When Kenny Clark can shine, Osa can shine. And when Osa can shine, they making Donovan Izaraku look great. We getting to the point now to where when Donovan Izaraku is not on the field, I'm getting beside myself. Where is he? Why
he
is he
played
not on the
he
field?
played good. Clowney, we'll talk about the offense here in a minute. Clowney showed up, but yeah, it's we're past the point where you can play this salary cap game and talk about pie. So let's talk about the offensive line. Nate Thomas, didn't hear his name yesterday. That's a good thing. Dak wasn't sacked. We sacked Mahomes 3 times. So,
I'm
Nate,
really impressed with Shoddy, man.
did you watch Nate Thomas when you rewatched the game?
I watched him.
How did
I'm
he
really
look?
Well, what they were doing was, we got to give credit to Connor Riley and Clayton Adams. The schemes that they have these guys blocking in, it's just like, I was watching it and I was like, oh, so if he gets beat, no matter what, when he gets beat, this guy right here is helping him. And then when he gets beat over here, no matter what, this guy's helping him. And so it was just like they out coached them yesterday. It was so many plays to where, like, you thought that it was pressure, but it was designed like that because it was just like, this guy, instead of Nate Thomas or Joe, instead of them going forward, instead of Tyler Smith going forward, he would, like, release the guy, and this guy will think he got a free shot at Dak, but he's going over here, and Javonte Williams is coming over here, and Dak is stepping right here, and it's just like, if that play doesn't work to perfection like that, it's a sack. But so many times it worked to perfection, and Dak was able to just make one step, throw the ball. It's a perfect pass each
So
time.
they outsmarted the great Yoda Steve Spagnuolo
They
yesterday.
did. The only time it broke down on two plays, and Dak came on with it. It broke down on the play when Dak had to step up in the pocket and bounce out, and then they pursued him, and then he threw it to Javonte Williams for a touchdown. That scheme didn't work. And then on the very next play, Dak almost got sacked, but he bailed out of it, Tony Romo style, and squared his body up, rolling to his left, and threw to George Pickens at the pylon for the 2-point
The two
conversion.
point conversion.
I mean, Dak was playing like, I mean, Dak was making Patrick Mahomes type of plays yesterday. And also, I mean, like the way Dak was playing yesterday, it was just like poetry in motion.
So when you look at the game, and I'm gonna go back rewatch it. We were down. I mean, we had terrible field position on the last couple of drives. For Dak to just step back and throw that ball 40, 50 yards downfield, a CD, and that was just a clutch call, clutch play.
And then
We
it
had,
was like Dak he read that play. I'm gonna pull that play up. He read that play to where it was just like, listen, he automatically knew, like CD knew, like if this guy rushes
mhm.
right here, if this guy rushes, we going over the top to you no matter what. It's a 2-3 step drop, and
Yeah,
this,
they had prepared for it. They knew the play. When they saw the blitz, they knew what they were gonna do.
yeah.
And then while you putting that up, the slants to Pickens, several clutch slants to
Mm.
keep the change moving. That last one that really won the game, of course, me, you, and nephew K Rock, we had to have a discussion about is the game over or what? And of course it was, but that was a slant that, you know, that's one of them plays where, the Cowboys have a tradition when we win in Super Bowls, teams know what we're gonna do, but they just can't stop us. We heard that all throughout the 90s. Like we only had like 4 running plays, but you couldn't stop them. So
Mhm.
now we got this slant with Pickens. Now some teams are probably going to adjust to it, but at the moment they don't have answers for it. And he actually had a drop on one of them that was a big drive, but he came through at the end. And he is at the moment. We got to look at this. Is he in MVP territory?
I
Or
think
is
so.
it a quarterback? Or are we talking about? They're not gonna give it to Jackson Smith and Jig, but they're not gonna
Yeah,
give the
we looking
MVP to
at
somebody in Seattle.
we looking at that. Yeah, that's very, yeah. We looking at.
Josh Allen done lost a couple of games. He was up there as far as MVP. I don't know who else would be.
Yeah,
He
it's
got 5 games left,
yeah. I mean, the way that he did waited, the way that he's playing, and like I said, I
and they
mean,
actually do that. So they do MVP, defensive MVP, and offensive MVP. So I'm sure he gonna get that offensive MVP. Then he got to be up there.
yeah, I don't know anybody else that it could be.
Yeah, he's just it's just you know it's a terrific trade. You got to give him credit. Give Jerry and them credit. They did something right with this Pickens trade and the Quentin Williams trade. Just two huge trades. I wish we could have just got everything done to start. We still got our work cut out for us as a playoff team. We don't have any room for error. You got to do one at a time. So Detroit, they're not going to have Laporta. Probably not going to have Amara St. Brown. And I wanted to say this. We talk about defense now. If we're playing Jared Goff yesterday, we probably have 6 sacks. The
Mhm.
only reason we had 3 is because you're playing Mahomes. I mean, we had so many opportunities to get him on the ground, but Mahomes is Mahomes. He's the master of, he just twerks his, body a certain way. He's a bigger guy. But Jared Goff, if he under this kind of pressure, it's going to be a problem.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
defensively, while you're trying to pull that up, defensive side of the ball, Clowney, uh, he showed why I really wanted to have Clowney a couple of years ago because he's just a pro. He knows how to play. He knows angles. He knows it ain't really anything that you're going to do that's going to fool him. He's a cagey veteran. He plays the run well. The only weakness to his game is just his age. He's an older guy, but
Mm.
everything else, I mean, he don't even need to practice or
Mm.
watch film because he knows exactly how to play.
Yeah.
He's a Yoda on defense. He's your answer for what DeMarcus Lawrence brought us all these years.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time finding that street. I mean, I got.
You ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, but
And
I want to find it myself. But
so we kind of got word today that Diggs is coming back next Thursday. We definitely need him. We got caught a couple of times on defense. You can't take away from what the defense did. They played just a great game. Uh, Bland got hit banged up a couple of times, so you got Bridges out there on that one big play they had. And but yeah, our secondary, I really want to see Savon Revell, put him in some better situations, on a little bit more of a pitch count. Just kind of put him in a situation where he can just, play more confident.
I mean, I really
Diggs
want
will
to
help
see
that.
him. I really want to see him be that nickel corner guy. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see him do. He's big and long. I want to see him covering tight ends. Maybe not Kelsey, but I want to see him. I want to see Diggs and my guy on the outside and Bland on the outside, and then you got this big old 6'6" guy, 6'5" guy, however tall he is, covering these tight ends. I mean, that's shutdown material right there. That's no fly zone.
And Kalen Carson, we need to get him back. If we can get Kalen Carson and Diggs on the field, it's gonna make our secondary so much better. So much better. And then you can let Bland do Bland things, put him in the slot. The crazy thing about our team, we can actually get better. So going back to where we started, that 92 team that had to win 5 straight, we gotta win. How many straight we gotta win? So we 5-5-1.
Yeah.
We have to win 6 straight.
Are we 5-5-1? Or are we 6-5-1?
6-5-1.
Yeah.
So you got to win 5.
Yeah.
Let me look at the schedule.
We got the gauntlet. We got Detroit. Look at the schedule real quick while I'm trying to figure this out. I don't understand.
I'm gonna be looking at all these schedules because we need some of these teams to start falling back.
Well, they about to play each other, so.
And watch the Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the Lions, Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants.
Here go your play you was talking about. Now on your play, what was CD catch? CD catch was after that, right?
Which one are you talking about?
The one I like when he just was like, we finna go over the top. That was the last series, right?
It might have been a series before the last series. But you gotta, we was on like the 10-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
No, this not it.
No, this is Pickens.
Yeah, this is the play that
this is the Spider-Man.
Might have sealed the game. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna rewind it.
Now this series right here, maybe the series that we got down there and we ended up having to kick a field goal because some goofy stuff started happening.
Yeah, the shot ain't trying to be
before we close, we got to talk about Shotty. He still got some cleanup on L3 issues.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one.
Yeah. I think, did we score right here? Oh yeah, that was passing interference. Did we score right here?
I think we ended up kicking the field goal because Shotty just started doing some goofy stuff. He should have ran it.
Dak was going to try to run that ball in right there.
Yeah. But so.
Oh yeah, that was holding. Yeah, that was holding.
So our schedule, we got the Lions, the Vikings, Chargers. And
so my question, let me ask y'all, our Cowboy Nation, how come when Javonte Williams, every time he touched the ball, he gets hit and then he gets 3 or 4 more yards? So how come when it's like first and goal on the 2-yard line, we don't run the ball at all?
That's the cleanup on L3 that Shotty needs to do. He's done it 2 games in a row where he basically had the ball on the goal line and he ran 7 pass plays.
Like it's no excuse right here not to, after George catches that.
This is when we got backed up, but we were a lot closer.
I think we scored on this drive actually. Or did we not score after that?
Well, you'll see if you let it play. But so are we able to show these videos?
Yeah.
This is
the one. This the one. Yeah. Why was
like,
yeah.
Like, but yeah, Shotty, what he needs to do again, when you get down in the
Yeah, let's hold on. Let's watch Dak. Let's watch Dak do this poetry in motion. Dak right here. This is crazy. Boom, boom. Come on, man. It don't get no better than that.
it was a 2-point conversion next.
Yeah, and then this is the Tony Romo escape. It don't get no better than that.
They said Romo was hating on the broadcast, by the way, on deck.
I don't even be paying attention to him.
I don't either. So yeah, it's but yeah, we need to run the ball more. You know, a lot of times as a coach, you know, you have peers. It's a fraternity.
Boom.
It's a coaching fraternity. Somebody on Shotty's peer line need to call him and say, "Fam, you know, you need to run the ball more, and when you get first and goal."
You know how strong you gotta be to turn your body around and throw the ball like that? Look at how
Yeah,
fast this ball come out in real time. Look at this. Watch how Dak throw this ball. Huh.
yeah, that's the
That is like
that's the phase that Dak is in right
my boy,
now. So
my boy,
yeah,
my boy.
yeah. So but yeah, we gotta get this clean up on Al 3
And then,
situation
and
with
then I
with
also want to. I mean to cut you out. I want to tell people. So what happened on this kickoff? So on the kickoff, so on the kickoff, we got the ball. They had a penalty on that kickoff, right? So on that kickoff, it's harder to put that ball in a certain spot, and if you kick it out the end zone, they're gonna get the ball on the 35-yard line. So you really don't, that them getting that penalty was really made to kick harder. So what the Cowboys did was the Cowboys jumped off sides on purpose. So when they jump off sides on purpose, it makes us move back 5 yards. And so when it makes us move back 5 yards, it turns it into an easier kick for the kicker to put the ball in the correct zone and not kick the ball out of bounds. So that's what that was about.
oh, okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out what was going on, but I had to figure it. Me and K Rock figured it out.
Yeah, but overall, yeah, Shotty, terrific game. We got a couple things we can clean up. They gotta discuss it, but you know, so we got 5 games, man. This is just like 1992. You can do it. You just gotta win them one at a time. Now, Cowboys had some hard games in that 5 stretch. Probably one of the hardest games they played. They played the New York Jets at that time. So this is like some real OG history that you were involved in. So you ain't got like you had this thing where you had to be hospitalized. You were in the hospital doing this 5 game stand, and I had to watch that Jets game from the hospital at Children's. You were there, and that was the hardest game they had during that fight. So they had to play the New York Jets, then the Giants to complete the 5 game stretch, and the Jets game was hard, and so I watched that game from a Children's Hospital, but with you there. Uh,
Dang.
but yeah, we can do it. You got to start with this next one. So it's gonna be again. It's what I like about this is the game. I hope we wear all white. When we wear all white, we just be smoking people. I hope we wear all white on the road on that turf. I'm looking forward to this one right here. It's gonna be nice.
And
And looking,
can we shout out to Overshown for having that catastrophe situation and then coming back and and he is balling out and then
okay,
also he got mixed up on that play a
yeah,
couple times,
he was
but
fine. He was fine, and Mahomes, but Mahomes does that to people though.
yeah, he does. So
So just
but
think about this. Next week, you ain't got to use a spy.
nah, Derek Goff
So,
ain't going nowhere.
so let
Look
me
at
look at it.
Overshown, and then and also I want to shout out to Sam Williams because I've been hard on Sam, and Sam he has been really making some noise. He been getting them fumbles. He been
Yeah,
pushing the pocket. I mean, he been making some crucial plays, and they were just holding like crazy yesterday,
yeah.
and that's what you're
That
gonna have.
touchdown they scored at the end of the game, it was a
Mhm.
it was a hold that should have been called. It was clear as day. People been sharing that on Twitter. It was one of the worst holds of the game, and they didn't call it on that
Making us
touchdown
so
they
mad,
scored.
man. They be holding and they be like, bro, like, come on, man. Like
Yeah,
what's going on, man?
the one that Worthy scored.
Yeah.
Whoever the right end was got held. I mean, he
Think about
literally got pulled around, twisted around.
Yeah, it's crazy. So on the next play, I think this is the CD play I've been wanting to show. So like CD, understand if this guy right here blitzes, CD is just gonna just Dak automatically knows that this is CD 1-on-1, and he looks at him and he throws it to
Yeah.
him. Look, he ain't even. It's like Dak didn't even look. He just looked at
Well,
the spot he was throwing the ball to.
well, you know what this is? When we played the Detroit Lions a couple of years ago on Saturday night, it was
Yeah,
the same exact play.
yeah.
And in the corners and the safety converged and CD escaped and scored. It's the same play.
You know, the 99
Yeah,
yard.
the same
Yeah.
exact play.
When this dude rushes in here, Dak know he coming. He looked right there and said, "Okay, it's time." And dude is like, "Ugh, come
Now
on, man."
Dak didn't get everything he needed on the ball because otherwise CD probably walks in.
Yeah. So this is George Pickens slant series here, where he's just, and I don't know. Shotty needs to take all of these plays where they going sideways out
Yeah.
the game,
Stop
out the
stop
game.
running the receivers that running stop putting the receivers in the backfield, Shotty. It's
And
like,
then
damn.
especially Turpin, you're
Yeah.
gonna get him hit by a defensive by an edge.
Now he
And
had one where he gained about 12 yards, but you just again,
look, this
there's no
I think
reason to do that.
you can just tell that this was supposed to go to Pickens. This watch how Pickens leave the huddle. Watch how Pickens leave the huddle. He watch how Pickens leave the huddle. He left the huddle like he knew this was coming to him. And
Who did it end up going to?
Ferguson in the backfield. But look at Pickens. He just left and he ain't even hear the rest of the play. You see that? And then Dak looking over there to him, but he ended up.
Yeah, he was
This is how shoddy. This is
that
how
was a better
shoddy.
that was a better check down because Pickens was covered.
This is how shoddy beat Spagnuolo by letting them overcommit and throwing it to the flats up in here. See, watch this on this play. They come on in. All right, nobody's over there. You know what I mean?
Well, Dak is one of the best players in the league, best quarterback in the league that gets the blitz. So
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about right here.
and that's what they gonna have to. If I don't want to say this, but if in order to beat us, that's what you have to do. You just need to stop. You don't need to blitz, because if you blitz, Dak is gonna eat that up. He's done it his whole career.
Well, and teams they really want to blitz, especially when you have the kind of receivers that we have.
Yeah, because if you
Uh,
leave him 1-on-1 or leave him with time in the pocket, you're cooked.
yeah, if you give Dak time and don't blitz, he gonna.
That was an amazing play right there.
That's the one that Flournoy we was talking about. Yeah, that was big time. Ryan Flournoy is a big time player.
That's an amazing play right there. Look at the ball placement from Dak. I mean,
Yeah, just
dude.
he hit him going out of bounds, and it was like he just stuck it in there. So that was a huge play.
And then Dak reading the defense and he spreads him out. He know what's happening. Dak is really, you just got to give Dak his credit. You know what I mean? Dak is just smart.
Yeah, that's Troy Aikman, Tony Romo level play right there.
It is. And, look at this. You just do this. You just hand the ball off when you get down in the goal line. You probably gonna make it.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta.
need to run the ball down here.
But okay, now we gotta talk about part two. We taking it all as we come, and we excited about the Cowboys. They on their street. They doing their thing. Jerry has to sign Javonte Williams. He has to sign Pickens. He has to sign Kenny Clark. You got to sign all three of these guys, man.
He can sign all of them. They're just
This is
it
one
can
where
be
Dak,
done.
I think this is one that Jeff Kavanaugh said Dak ran the fastest he's ever ran in his career after he threw this ball. Because Dak, boy, he knew he was messing up. Because
Yep, and then Pickens fumbled and Turpin saved the game.
jeez Louise.
Yeah, there was.
I mean, that's the touchdown. Oh, I see what Dak was seeing though, because I mean that looks like a touchdown. It looks like a touchdown.
Well, the player that was actually open was Flournoy, so watch it again.
Look, Pickens right here, that's touchdown. That's where I would have threw it. Well, you said
Flournoy, look at Flournoy up there. So look at where Flournoy ends up at. So he's gonna come back right there.
That would have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
Woo, man, that was close.
So let's go ahead and wrap. Just want to do a little post game show, get some content out there. Appreciate everybody joining the Lunatic, Ty Church. I saw you on there. Appreciate you. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to our channel. And
Yeah.
we're still trying to build up some followers and just put some quality content out. And
Yeah, we're about to get back on our short game, and so we're about to start pumping a lot of videos out. We're about to finish out the year strong with the short game, and we're gonna be throwing a lot of stuff out. We're gonna have some project coming probably at the New Year. Gonna be nice. They're gonna be winning, and we're gonna put something out. It's gonna be nice.
so now you got 5 games. You control your own destiny for the most part. You just got to win it one at a time. Next
Yeah.
up, Detroit. We got a bone to pick with them. That's turning into a rivalry now, quietly.
Yeah, I think so.
And we going into their gym, and it's gonna be some Cowboy fans there.
Yeah, and what like I said, what I really like about this is the fact that these teams are a little nervous when it comes to playing us now, and we have confidence. You know what I'm saying? We know.
Look at the Eagles. Can you put up the Eagles schedule right quick? I'm like these dudes. They got a ring. Uh, they gonna play the Commanders twice. They will not sweep them.
No,
So
the
who they
Eagles.
got? Who they got?
Well, I know who they got. They got the Eagles. They got the Chargers, the Commanders
Where they playing the Chargers at?
at, in the Chargers. They got to go to the Chargers,
Okay.
and then they gonna play the Commanders. I don't know how to pull up their schedule. Let me see.
If you ain't got to pull it up, you can just read it.
Well, they got the Chargers. Then they got the Commanders. Then they got the Bills. Then they got the Commanders.
I want to know where they playing the Bills at.
Let's see. Philadelphia Eagles. Let's see. They got to play at the Bills. So they playing. Is Eagles? Okay, so this is their schedule. Eagles at Chargers is next Monday night. Raiders at Eagles the following week. Then they got the Eagles at Commanders. Then they got the Eagles at Bills. And then they got the Commanders at Eagles.
So their last game, they got a home game.
Yeah, but you know, if they can, I think if they lose against the Chargers and then turn around and lose against the Commanders, one of those games, and lose against the Bills, then that's a wrap. If we win out, we win the division.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
And then we need Detroit to fall back. We need the 49ers. I think the 49ers probably got the easiest schedule. And then we need Seattle. We need Seattle to fall back. So those are the teams. Because we gonna Carolina is not gonna be a problem. They're not gonna win. They got beat yesterday.
They're not even winning their division.
Yeah, So I'm not concerned about them.
Nah, it's the Seahawks, the 49ers that we need to be concerned about. And it's the Seahawks and the 49ers if we don't win the division, which is looking possible.
So who does Seattle have?
Seattle got the Vikings this week. The Vikings at the Seahawks. And then the Seahawks got the Falcons. They at the Falcons. Then they got the Colts. Then they got the Rams. Then they got the Panthers. Then they got the 49ers.
Yeah.
They gonna lose all them games.
Now, what's his name? He got a broken bone in his leg. We heard today.
Yeah, he's still playing though.
Daniel Jones. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
But I mean, the Vikings, the Seahawks. I mean, the Vikings, the Falcons, the Colts, the Rams, the Panthers, and then the 49ers. They're gonna be beat up.
Yeah, you got to win your game. Now, my thing with the Cowboys is I want to beat the Lions, and then we struggle and just get surprised by somebody like the Chargers or the Vikings. You know, that's how the NFL goes.
And then look at the 49ers schedule. They got the Browns, the Titans, the Colts, the Bears, and the Seahawks. They got a tough schedule too. Them ain't no easy games. The Browns and the Titans might be, but the Colts, the Bears, and the Seahawks, them ain't no easy
The
games.
Browns ain't gonna be no easy. The Browns won't be easy. The Titans will be.
Right. So, and then who we got?
There's another team you need to look at. Who does Detroit have to close out? You need to look at Detroit Detroit, Green Bay, and Chicago. Those three right quick, and then we can close.
I gotta go watch this game because, man, I hate this. I hate the A&M. Let me see. Let's see. Detroit got. Yeah, they got an easy schedule. Detroit got us. Oh, no, they don't. They got us. Then they got the Rams. Then they got the Steelers. Then they got the Vikings. Then they got the Bears. They got a tough schedule.
Okay, and
None
then
of them games easy.
And then do Green Bay right quick.
Green Bay. God, let's see. Ooh, man. Goodness gracious. We got the easiest schedule out of everybody. The Green Bay got the Bears next week. They got the Broncos the week after that. They got the Bears the week after that. They got the Ravens the week after that. And they got the Vikings to close.
Ravens, Lamar, they look done.
Oh yeah, they look done.
So,
but I mean, all these teams that we just looked at, no, we got way easier schedules than any of them, and it ain't even close.
yeah. Well, that's kind of when you get a trap game situation. Let's go ahead and close so we can go down and watch this game.
Let me see what our schedule is. Just to be fair.
Yeah, we got Detroit.
Yeah,
At
we
Detroit.
got at Detroit. Then the Vikings come in here on Sunday Night Football. Then we got the Chargers, and then we got the Commanders and the Giants. So we gonna have to beat. If we beat Detroit, it's really time to get. It's really time to get serious. If we beat
Yeah,
Detroit,
it's just like 1992.
we beat Detroit. That Vikings game is gonna be pivotal, and that Chargers game is gonna be like, man, we got to have it.
Yeah.
And we got the Commanders on Christmas at Washington. It's a noon game. We ought to smoke them. Just for we just ought to blow them out. But that's gonna be a
Marcus
tough game.
Mariota, another mobile quarterback. Yeah, it's a division game.
Yeah, because it's the division game, and they're gonna be trying to. It's gonna be one of them games where they know if they win, that's pretty much ends our playoffs. You know.
Yeah. So Dan Quinn gonna pull out all the stops.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap. Tell people how to find us.
All right, guys, you all know how to find us. Yeah, Baker is injured, JVB boy. He definitely is. I think he playing though. He my fantasy quarterback. But y'all make sure y'all follow us on all platforms: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and we're gonna be live within the next coming days. I know we off this Sunday. We don't play, so we're gonna be talking about how everything turned out. So we'll probably do a show Sunday evening to get the week started, and then we're gonna get ready for Detroit. We got Detroit on Thursday, so it's on and popping on Thursday. So y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all